Oh, yes, come on in. Hi, Billy. Hello, Cora. So, how did y'all's interview with the wonderful people in charge go? Went well? Okay, that's good. I'm glad they didn't get on y'all's case for a whole lot of things, but they definitely got on my case a whole lot. What do I mean? Well, things are now with this whole case with the death of James Terrell and the clues we done found and the green slime and everything. It looks like there's more to it going on than what I'm seeing and what I'm being told. Oh, you want an explanation? Okay, that's good. I'm glad you both asked for the explanation, but let me break it down for you like this. Let's first look at it like this. Let's look at everything we got going on. First, James is dead. Our boss, Mrs. Sanders, allowed us to look into the case. Then as fast as she got ready to say it's okay, you can look into it, she turns around and says no. I beg her to let us look into the case. She says okay, you can look at the crime scene. And then from the crime scene, now here we are. We talked to Kelly Rice. We asked her some questions, despite how you came at her, Mr. Rosewood. Sorry. And we did notice that apparently there's some green slime left around somewhere, and that this is getting mighty suspicious. Now we go to the warehouse, we find that same green slime being stored in a container and some of it on the ground outside. And on top of that, when we went back to the warehouse last night, we not only found some pretty interesting stuff around there, but then we heard a very disturbing noise before we rushed outside and got caught by Sanders and a bunch of other security officers and FBI agents. So here's what they told me when they interrogated me. They told me that Sanders, the FBI director, our boss, is all of a sudden no longer available. And I'm trying to figure out what happened. But before they would even tell me that, they interrogated the living daylights out of me, asking me, why am I looking into the death of James Terrell? What is this green slime that I found out? Where's this notebook that I got it from? And yes, any evidence that we gave, I should say, to Sanders, Miss Carol Sanders, it's gone now. All of it deemed highly classified and, or as they told me nicely, above my pay grade. Well, fuck what they said. I don't care how they want to look at this, we're not finna give up on this. You'll have to forgive me if I don't explain it clearly, guys. It's just that I'm irritated, I'm frustrated. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, we're on this case, and just like that, surprise, we're no longer on it. And then on top of that, our boss, all of a sudden, she has to take a leave of absence. What happened? There's more going on to this case. I know that much. There is more going to this case than what we are being told, and we need to find out what is going on. Yes, I'm very persistent. I want to know how James got killed, why he got killed, and what is going on. I refuse to sit this out. What about y'all? Do y'all want to sit this out? Well, that's great. I'm glad you don't want to sit this out because none of this is making any sense. But since you're both here, let's take a look at some of our notes that we got going on. Okay. We learned about James's death this day. Then, the next day over, going into the night, we checked out James's house, the crime scene. We discovered green slime behind some pots and pans. We even found his little journal, where he left his notes at. Then we went from there to checking out his body at the morgue. Oh, and by the way, I got some bad news about that too. It turns out Mr. Owens, who was in charge of his body and anything else that went along with the case, all of a sudden now all that is missing. Oh yeah, yes, the higher-ups decided to make sure all of Dr. Owens' notes and his research and anything he did on Mr. Terrell's body, all that is now gone. And all of it's been sealed up, as in, once again, it's above our pay grade. And then all of a sudden now, the only thing I got left from Mr. Owens was that same address that we went to that was at the warehouse. And then after, we got through with him, we went into the next day of speaking to Dr. Kelly Rice. We found out some stuff about her. Oh, and yes, that pill bottle that you had picked up, Mrs. Harper, that pill bottle of hers for her headache medicine, whatever it was, now that's also gone too. So we don't know what happened to that. All we know is that it's disappeared along with anything else. And then we went to the warehouse. Now they told us we can't go there anymore. And then finally, when we did that little investigation in the middle of the night on the warehouse, now here we are again. There's something going on, guys. I can feel it. I know this doesn't sound perfect right now, and yes, I'm playing solitaire. I had to do something to take my mind off of this bullshit here. Because trust me and believe me when I tell you, all of this is nothing but a bunch of hand-me-down bullshit. They know what's going on, they just don't want to tell us anything. But you know what? I say that's fine. They don't have to tell us anything. We'll just find out ourselves. And we will keep finding out what's going on too. But did they tell you guys anything when they brought you into the room? Anything at all? Oh, they did, Mr. Rosewood. What did they tell you, Billy? They told you to stay away. That's it? Nothing encrypted, nothing suspicious that they might have told you? Damn, this is a horrible hand in solitaire. I'm sorry. I know I'm easily distracted right now, but it helps keep me from stressing out over this whole thing. But anyway, keep talking, Billy. What else did they tell you? So that's what they told you. Well, it's alright, Billy. I'm pretty sure they didn't tell you much. They didn't want you to know anything. What about you, Mrs. Harper? What did they tell you? Pretty much the same thing. They just want all three of us to stay away from this case and not get involved, which I find hilarious that they keep telling us, oh, you gotta stay away, you gotta stay away. Well, the bosses, if anything, Mrs. Sanders should have told them that when it comes to me, Zach Patterson, when you tell me to stay away from a problem, I don't stay away right away. I investigate thoroughly and make sure that what's going on is going to be found and brought to the light. But anyway, hold on a minute, somebody's calling. Well, not that they're calling, I got an email sent to me. It's from Sanders, what the hell? Hold on, guys. This is my last piece of knowledge I can pass to you. Meet with Dr. Rice at this location and follow the trail. Okay, here's my boss again. Here's Mrs. Sanders again, sending me weird shit. And she didn't send it to me from her regular email. No, she sent it to my personal email. Yeah, something is not adding up, guys. Once again, here's Mrs. Sanders with her trip and stuff, where 1 minute she's cool, 1 minute she's not cool, or whatever the fuck her story is, and now here we are again with something on our hands. Oh my god, I'm trying not to laugh at her, but it is funny. But by the way, I didn't get a chance to tell y'all this either. The reason why I didn't mention how we found more of that green slime at Kelly's house is because I didn't want to let the people know that, hey, we know more than what we should. But we can't say this much. Dr. Kelly Rice is involved. Whatever's going on at that warehouse is involved. And the fact that somebody higher up told us to don't worry about it, that lets me know plenty of stuff is going on. So here's what we're going to do. I'm gonna call one of my old contacts up. He has some friends that work with me. They're non-FBI affiliated, but they do work for the government. We'll just call them what they are. They're basically some cutbacks, if you want. Well, cutbacks ain't the word. They're basically people who don't mind doing some dirty work for the FBI. So we're gonna get their help, and they're gonna come with us back to that warehouse. We'll go to the warehouse this Sunday when there's really nobody up there. We'll go, of course, as you know, in the middle of the night, but we just gotta remember, no profile, covert. It's only gonna be me, you, and them who knows about this information. All we're gonna do is just investigate what's going on inside this warehouse. So, they right now still letting us keep our job, but instead of checking out guns from the inventory shop, I'm gonna have to go to my house and let you guys use some of my guns. But when we get to this facility, just remember, it's just like basic training. Watch the corners, watch your back, and more importantly, pay attention to the signs. I wonder what the hell Sanders is not telling me. Yeah, she knows something, otherwise she wouldn't be keeping her mouth shut for this long. She knows something. She just doesn't want to tell me, and I would like for her to stop pussyfooting around and tell me what's really going on. She gave me a weird-ass message saying, meet Kelly Rice here. What I need to meet her somewhere for? She's right now at the top of our suspect list for people who possibly killed James Terrell. You want to go, Cora? You know what? Yeah, thank you, Cora. You just made our day, and I'm gonna make sure one way or another you deserve all the credit for this. You're gonna meet Kelly at this address. Billy, me and you, along with the other guys, we're gonna go back to that warehouse this weekend on Sunday night, and we're gonna thoroughly check it out. And we're gonna leave no stone unturned, no box is not gonna be not checked. And more importantly, when we get there, we're gonna make damn sure we find some evidence, even if it takes us all fucking night. So, let's come up with a time. Shit. You know what? This is a perfect time. 8 o'clock at night, we'll go. Oh, don't worry. I've seen when we were there the first time. I've noticed that they have a certain amount of time that they do work around there. So when 8 o'clock comes, we will infiltrate that place at night with our team, and we will go in there and find out what the hell's going on. In the meantime, Miss Harper, you're going to go ahead, you're going to meet with Kelly, and you're going to ask her what she knows, and be sure you take one of my guns too. And dress casual too, dress in something that you don't mind just laying in at home. She needs to see you as not an FBI agent, but as someone who's laid back. Because if she sees me, she might get nervous. If she sees Billy, she's definitely going to get nervous after what you did to her the first time, which was clever. But right now, we need to play this by ear. And we need to be quiet about this. And trust me, once again, when I tell you, we're going to find out, we are going to fucking find out what the hell's going on. And why is this green shit involved with it too? Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I got an email. Fuck! It's alright, it's not you guys, it's just that the FBI director, the new one, he wants to talk to me. So, we already know what we're gonna do, so let's keep that on a hush. And remember, if you go outside this office, just attend to your FBI duties, file away paperwork, check in on other small cases, and definitely do not tell the people that we already don't want us working with. Sarah, Richard, Claire, Becky, Charles, don't tell them a fucking thing. They're already trying to nitpick at me about it. They may start fucking with y'all about it too. So if you see them, tell them, hey, if it ain't about your case, if it ain't about other work, leave you the hell alone. But anyway, time for me to get my ass up. Time for you guys to get y'all's asses up. Let's go ahead and take care of business. We don't have time to be bum rushed by a bunch of idiots.